Yo, what up, guys? It's B Bill back with another video. How y'all doing today on this Easter Sunday? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's family is doing well. Hope you're spending time with your family. And just enjoying that you get to. Just enjoying that there's nothing going on right now. You can just hang out, be cool, be chill. All right, so let's talk about our assignment coming up for the next week. Okay. So you should have read This Girl Laughs, This Girl Cries, This Girl Does Nothing already. Okay. Because what we're going to do now has to do with that play. So if you haven't read it yet, go back and read it. What I want you to do this coming week is I want you to find inspiration photos or research photos for your upcoming set design of the show. Set or costumes, if you're doing costumes, or if you're doing a poster, or if you're doing like hair makeup or something. But I don't think I said that. I don't know. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be finding research photos or inspiration photos for this show, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show y'all some of the inspiration / research photos that I just spit on my own hand, that I've used in my shows and what I've done for those, okay? So we're going to screen share. We're going to go to this guy. So these are my photos that I used for the inspiration of this of Shipwreck. Sorry, or One Act Play Shipwreck. Okay, I use this photo for an inspiration photo. So I usually don't really like raw wood on stage. I think it looks unfinished and unkept, I guess. I just don't think it looks clean. Doesn't look nice. So, but what I did like about this particular photo was the way that the staging happened. So you have different levels. So you have this guy on the ground, you got a girl bent over here, and then you have these three characters in the back giving us some height and some level to it as well. And then the set is giving us a height, and it's also creating a frame for us, right? So it's creating kind of a picture frame where these three characters are in the back, and we're not paying attention to them as much as we're paying attention to the actors in the front. All right, so think about framing. Think about how your actors can be framed in certain ways, and think about how your set can support that. Okay, it doesn't. I mean, you don't have to use any kind of framing techniques or methods or anything like that. But this photo just kind of gave a good reference for that. Okay. All right. Then the next photo. This would be a research photo. So this is kind of an inspiration photo of like, ooh, I kind of like the way that this is staged. I like the way that these people are sitting. I like the way that the set has some height to it, so my eye has somewhere to go vertically. Think about how you're going to get things vertical, right? So set design, a lot of it depends on making the set and the look of the show interesting enough that the audience is engaged and thinks that the entire set is a character within itself. All right, so a great way to accomplish that is to give set height and give it something for the audience's eyes to go elsewhere, right? But not distracting from the action on stage, just supporting and just giving a full rounded out look. So y'all worked on Little Mermaid and everything. You saw the big drops, the big canvas archways that we made. That is something to give the audience something to look at that is vertical, but also not distracting, and it's just supporting the entire show, right? So that'd be an inspiration photo. This is a research photo. Okay, so this is a direct photo of what I am looking to make on stage or to have on stage, right? Research photos are for something that you really are like, I need this thing. This is the thing that I'm getting. Inspiration photos or reference photos can be kind of taken apart, I'm going to take this part of the photo and I'm going to use this, or I'm going to take this part and use this. And inspiration photos really are just kind of for you. They're kind of like, I'm vibing with this. I'm going to take this vibe with me. All right. But reference References is just, I'm going to take this, this, and this. And then research photos are like, I'm taking, this is the thing. This is the thing that I'm doing, right? This is the ladder that I'm going to use. Reference, I'm going to pull apart. Inspiration is just the vibe. Yeah. So this is a little bit of an inspiration and also reference. So I'm pulling apart this. I'm gonna take this look of people using trees and stuff to be bushes. I'm gonna take this where she's holding fish on a string, which is obvious, but the audience is gonna suspend their disbelief to buy into your show. Okay, so it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna use this. The barrels and the crates in the photo, as you can see, we also use some of those. More ladders. This is a great way to think of your set being vertical. This is a drying rack, but it can be so much more, right? So you can have this set up, and actors, if they're just like in Shipwrecked and in 39 Steps where they're just putting on a coat or something like that, or putting on a different hat to change characters, they can just take those coats off and lay them on a vertical drying rack like this, and it gives your set not a whole lot of verticality, but it's still going to be better than just, them throwing the clothes on the ground or whatever. It's going to look interesting. It's going to give your set some height. All right, your design some height. Great, that's another ladder. Also, the brick wall behind is nice. I always love seeing good-looking backgrounds like that. So this one's interesting, right? This is a photo where there's shadow puppetry in the background, which we've used a lot of at Vista Ridge High School, and we continue to do because it's a great way to storytell without having to do too much. Shadow puppetry is great in that way, and it can be more interesting than actors on stage sometimes. So in this photo, we have this woman in the back as a shadow, right? And then we have this guy coming forward. He's a little bit further downstage, but they're informing each other, right? So obviously this woman's shadow has some part to do with his life, and he seems very scared about that. I don't know what that's about, but just playing with depth too. This show or this photo shows a lot of depth too. Okay, so you have something in your background, in your middle ground, your foreground, right? So just like a painting, everything is kind of layered that way, and this is a really good way to show that. Yeah. More ladders. I had the idea of putting the garment racks on stage and building those from scratch, which we did. And that way, it's another thing to give your set height, and we put them behind the stage to give it that depth, to give our set that depth and our show that depth of things go further back than just the set. Yeah. For those who most of y'all have seen at least the set of Shipwrecked, which is all those crates and stuff stacked into a pile, right? Same thing with the ladders, and the ladders being used as something else than ladders, right? So they're being used as a clothesline right now. And then those crates are great. Those are great as a reference photo or a research photo where I'm like, I'm gonna build a crate that's exactly like that. That's the crate I want. Okay. And then this is just something that really informed the idea of Shipwrecked and the way we were going to play it, which is any object on stage can be used as any other object on stage. So this guy's using a crate. He just cracked it open. He's got a captain's wheel, and then we're all on board that he's on a boat, right? So when you're reading this play, if you haven't read it, reread it. When you're reading this play, don't think super literal all the time, and that might help you set design or costume design or hair and makeup or poster or whatever, but don't think literally. Think a little bit just outside of what the actual structure is. So in the play, there's a lighthouse, right? Think of ways that you can create a lighthouse without making it look exactly like a lighthouse, because you know, if it doesn't fit within your set design, if everything's super hyper realistic, then yeah, you got to build a lighthouse that's 10 feet tall. But if things are not what they seem and things aren't what they are, then you have an artistic freedom and license to go anywhere with it, right? It doesn't have to be the thing that it is in real life, because the audience is going to come into the show, put reality at the door, right? And they're going to come into the show and think they're watching Little Mermaid or whatever it is, right? So allow that to inform your design of, okay, it doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be this thing. I know the play says that there's a lighthouse, and I know the play says there's a big giant battle with horses and, you know, boats and stuff like that. But what can it be besides those things, but still representing those things? Symbiosis. All right, great. These are just other kind of inspiration photos. I really didn't take anything from these except for just like the way they're staged and the way they look. And same with that one, right? We didn't really use a whole lot of fabric to represent water or anything, but just the idea is there. All right. And this is a great photo to show levels, mostly with actors, but also with set. You have the tiny buckets here. You have that big kind of frame in the background, and then you have these barrels kind of supporting the whole thing. So this is a great stage picture. It's interesting to look at for audiences. So be thinking about that kind of stuff as you're designing, okay? So your assignment for this next coming week, which will be due Friday the 17th, all right, I want you to get 15 inspiration, research, reference photos, whatever you want to do. I want you to get 15 of them. You can either put them in all-in-one Google slide page, or you can break them down into inspiration, reference, and research. You don't have to have any certain number of any of them, just 15 photos that will inform and push forward your design process, either set, hair, makeup, costumes, I think, and poster. But I'm just get 15 photos of what you want your show to look like or your design to look like. Okay, I went over mostly what a set designer would do for research and things like that, but it's the exact same thing that you would do for costumes or anything like that. You're just grabbing photos that would help you realize and push forward your design and kind of get it into a scope, right? To kind of get it into a realm of that you can understand and that you have a real clear picture of what your design is going to look like. Okay, so 15 photos, and you can post them. It'll be an assignment on the Google Classrooms, as always. All right. If you have any questions, tutorials will be Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to do about Monday's tutorial. I might just also do it on Tuesday. So Tuesday, let's just do Tuesday at 4. If anybody else has any other questions. Tuesday and Wednesday at 4, I'll be holding tutorials, and also Tuesday at 11 to noon, but that's for Prod B. But so Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 o'clock if you have questions. All right. Also, you can email me, you know, or comment on the YouTube, whatever. All right. Love y'all so much. Happy Easter. So much love. B Bill out.